Alright, let's just get into it. No sugarcoating, you're here because of a question that's probably been eating you alive. How do you marry a woman who already has a husband? It sounds wild, even a little bit wrong to say out loud, but if you're asking it, the feeling behind it is damn real. It's this intense, magnetic pull towards someone who feels like your other half. But there's this massive, husband-shaped obstacle in the way. Trust me, I get it. I've been there. I once spent the better part of a year completely obsessed, my mind running on a loop, playing out 1,000 different scenarios where I was the hero who swooped in and saved her from a life that I decided was ungood enough for her. I was convinced our connection was so special, so unique, that the rules just didn't apply. I was digging for a secret formula, a magic playbook. I thought if I was charming enough, supportive enough, or just patient enough, her existing life would just dissolve. But after months of emotional exhaustion and feeling like I was living in the waiting room of my own life, I hit a wall. I realized the strategy I was using wasn't just failing, it was destroying me. That's when I took a step back and started looking for a different kind of answer, not in romantic comedies, but in books, podcasts, and talks about human psychology and relationships. And what I found changed everything. So, what's the secret? What's the step-by-step guide to marrying a married woman? Here's the plot twist. And it's the most important thing you'll read today. The most effective strategy is to completely change the question. The real question isn't, how do I get her? It's, why am I so powerfully drawn to a situation that is fundamentally unavailable and guaranteed to bring chaos? Once you pivot to that question, the path forward becomes clear. It's not about winning her, it's about winning yourself back. The first step is a gut check reality audit. You have to acknowledge that what you're in love with is likely 90% a fantasy. You see her best side, the witty texts, the shared glances, the deep conversations. You're not seeing the morning arguments over finances, the disagreements about family, or the simple, boring reality of day-to-day partnership. You're getting the highlight reel, and your brain is filling in the gaps with a perfect movie script. She represents a prize, a challenge, the ultimate validation. Winning her would feel like the ultimate victory. But real relationships aren't trophies to be won. The second, and most practical step is to create space. This is the hardest part, and you don't have to be perfect at it. Perfectionism is a trap that keeps you stuck. The goal isn't to coldly cut her off tomorrow, but to slowly, intentionally, reduce the dosage of her in your life. Think of it like a detox. Less late-night texting. No more being her go-to emotional support for problems with her husband. That's a trap. Decline the let's just grab a friendly coffee invitations. This isn't about being mean. It's about self-preservation. You're creating a vacuum, and it's going to feel uncomfortable. But it's in that empty space that you can finally start to hear your own voice again. That leads to the third step. Fill that new space with you. The void you feel isn't really her-shaped, it's you-shaped. You've been pouring all your energy, your time, and your emotional bandwidth into this one unavailable person. It's time to redirect that fire hose of energy back onto yourself. What did you love doing before she became your main project? Hit the gym, but not to get a revenge body to show her, but because moving your body feels good. Pick up that guitar again. Call your friends you've been neglecting. Pour that obsessive energy into your work or a new project. Every hour you spend building a new skill, a new friendship, or a new muscle is an investment in a man who is whole on his own. You're not building a better you for her. You're building a better you, period. Finally, redefine what it means to win. The victory isn't getting a woman to leave her husband for you. Think about the foundation of that potential relationship. It would be built on a broken promise, secrecy, and the ghost of a past life. That's a shaky start for a lifetime partnership. The real win is becoming so secure, so fulfilled, and so damn interesting in your own right that you become a magnet for someone who is 100% available. A woman who can choose you freely, openly, and with no baggage trailing behind. That's not settling. That's an upgrade. Look, I didn't invent these concepts. My journey was a frantic search for answers, and I found them by standing on the shoulders of giants. I synthesized ideas from everywhere. I listened to relationship experts like Esther Perel discuss the intoxicating nature of desire and the allure of the forbidden. I read Mark Manson's work on taking responsibility for your choices and choosing your struggles. I even dove into ancient Stoic philosophy, which preaches focusing only on what you can control, your actions and your mindset, not what you can't, her choices, and her marriage. This approach isn't just my personal opinion. It's a cocktail of proven wisdom. This path isn't a quick fix. It's a get yourself back plan. It's more humane, more sustainable, and in the end, far more effective. It stops being about how to marry a woman who has a husband, and starts being about how to build a life so awesome that you attract the kind of clear, uncomplicated, and powerful love you actually deserve.